Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sandy Letzing. I'm from Cascadia Conservation District.
And I'm Paula Dinius. I'm with WSU Chelan County Extension. I'm the urban horticulturist.
So today we're going to be doing a short video on the ABCs of early structural pruning. Early structural pruning is important because it helps set the stage for proper growth in trees as they go from immature to mature trees. So what you're looking to do is pick a strong dominant leader and then provide good spacing between both the vertical and horizontal branches.
Okay, so for A, we're going to assess the tree. Looking at the overall health of the tree, is there crown dieback? Are there crossing branches? Are there branches that are clustered? Is there a line of sight problem or clearance problems that need to be addressed? So that's when we take a look and determine which branches need to be pruned out.
Okay, B. B stands for bad branches. This is the easiest one. So with bad branches, you're just looking for any dead, diseased, or damaged branches. And those are the ones you're going to pick to prune out first before we move on to the next stuff.
Okay, C is for competing branches. Are there two leaders that are competing and one needs to be shortened or removed? Is there a lower branch that's growing too large that needs to be subordinated, slowing its growth? Are there branches that are growing straight up or growing into the crown of the tree that need to be removed?
Okay, so one of the first things you want to do when pruning is identify your central leader. So your central leader is going to be the stem that is towards the center of the crown. It usually is going to be the tallest stem. You want the stem to be strong, so disease-free, free of cracks or damage. And you want to identify that early on so that you can prune out any of the smaller competing branches that may or may not be about the same size and competing for dominance. If you don't identify that early on, you'll end up with trees that have co-dominant stems. Okay, so here we have a good example of a tree without a strong dominant central leader. So this tree looks like 3 co-dominant stems. So the problem with that as the tree matures is you get weakness in the base of the tree, and eventually it'll cause it to split or be damaged easily during storms or wind events.
Okay, here's an example of a branch, a low branch that could grow too large for being in the lower canopy of the tree. At this time, I want to keep this lower branch because I do want a low full crown. But if we needed to cut this branch eventually for clearance, what we could do at this time is it's called subordinating it. So you would take and cut more than 50% of this branch off to about here using a heading cut, which is a cut made at a node, and that would slow the growth of this branch by removing the foliage and the end of the stem. Okay, and here's a branch that is growing up into the crown of the tree. And we do want to remove that branch. And we're going to come down at where this branch intersects another branch, another lateral, and we will remove it at that point. That is called a reduction cut.
So here's another example of a branch that we're going to want to take out because it's competing with the central leader here. And it's also crossing over through the crown at a kind of a weird angle. And so because of these two reasons, we're going to go ahead and take it out down here and do another reduction cut.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at a removal cut. A removal cut is when you take a branch off all the way back to the trunk. And what you want to look for here is you want to look for the branch collar and the branch bark ridge. So the collar is where the branch wood and the trunk wood start overlapping. That's what gives it a branch its strength. And you'll see a slight swelling in here. And you want to be sure and cut on the outside of the swelling so that this wound will close over. And the same with the branch bark ridge. This is the tissue where the trunk and the branch are coming together. So when you do the removal cut, you want to stay outside of both of those. And then the branch tissue obviously will now die, and the bark tissue will continue to grow and close over this wound.
All right, thanks for watching this short video on pruning. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out to your local conservation district or your local WSU Extension office, depending on what county you live in. We'll also include some links at the end here for you to click on for more information about pruning.